Smith has been outstanding. You've got Zach Merritt and Dyson Heppel in there. Mitchell's in there as well. It's got all the elements, this. It's going to be an absolute belter.
Stringer playing high. He's got Frawley as an opponent, so looking to get high on Frawley, not allowing him to be comfortable right in the goal square.
Fantastic to have your company wherever you're watching around the planet. This is old school. Two Victorian rivals.
In your own forward half, obviously, so the ball comes up. This time, a chance. Mitchell with number 10 as a bounce. Looks up, not much on, but the kick was to Morrison's effect there. Good play by Hurley, stopped it enough. No, Sean Makers did the 360. Out the back it goes. Gunston around the body, just saw enough. That was great play. And they willed it forward, the Hawks, and as a result of that, Henderson kick for the Hawks. Against the run of play in this opening 16 minutes to get on the scoreboard in a big way. Henderson shapes it, and hits it magnificently and kicks the goal, and the Hawks are back in this match. Starting to get their range at the moment, feeling out the Bombers, controlling the ball at the moment. The good players are getting it, and Burgoyne hits it right to the spot. Again, great play at the back. Isaac Smith into the open goal, and the Hawks do what the Hawks often do. They just will themselves into the game. They've kicked 2 in a couple of minutes and are right back in it.
I like the work of Miles.
Dangerous kick. O'Meara was great, got the handball. Grufford, his skipper, provides the assistance. Miles, who's been good. Out wide he goes with a little chip kick, which is a ripper. Wide cross now, gets it wider still. Now the Hawks have got Gunston in the square. Gunston beats them all hands down, takes the mark, gets the free kick, kicks the goal. Anything else you want him to do? He's done it all, and the Hawks are back within a point.
Transition football was sensational.
We're going to run away with it, but Hawthorn, you can feel the intensity of lifted and starting to get a little bit testy, as I said.
There's a lot of clashes at the moment. Beautiful mark, O'Meara from the Hawks. They need to get one back here, obviously. Mitchell beautifully twisting and turning O'Meara. The two of them now have 27 disposals between them off hands. Here's Gunston, he sights them and kicks the goal. He doesn't need to have 2 steps after he looks this bloke, and he does what the Hawks did in the first term.
No, the way he works, he's constantly moving, and he's reading off the pack is sensational for a big guy. You just see here, one touch, and he knows exactly where the goals are, finds the space with his step, and that agility's elite.
The unconventional thing there is he came from behind to crumb the footy. He wasn't front and square. He came from behind the pack, which for someone like Hooker would not be expecting that at all.
And Smith will take it at half-back flank.
And Hawthorn's ability to hold him up, Impey's chase before stopped them at the halfway mark. That's the difference. When they can do that, they win the ball back.
Morrison was magnificent. Out he goes to Bruce, who rolls it forward, and it goes through for a goal. Morrison, you magnificent player. What a great performance by the rookie.
Miles, Burton, just over the head of Warple. Smith's got it, gave it to Mitchell, got a couple of options. Burgoyne short. Bruce, well, he won't miss from there. He doesn't miss from anywhere.
But what a absolutely magnificent.
This is evolving into an epic. And we're back to where we were at quarter time. 2-point game.
Well, Ed, let's have a look at the handball you're talking about. Unbelievable from...
Stratton has it for the Hawks.
Heads long, top of the square. Gunston at the back. Ball gets to the back. Puopolo, Henderson. Oh, was it touched by no one? This is for the lead for the first time today.
I believe it's a goal. I just want to check if it was touched off the hands or if it was actually kicked below the knee.
Hurley might have got a little nick on it.
And it breaks the run of goals, so it's been 3 goals to 3 goals to 3 goals. This for a 4th Hawthorn goal in a row, and for the Hawks to lead for the first time this afternoon.
And he's called it a goal. Let's not forget that. The umpire's call is a goal.
There is no way known they could overturn that goal.
Hawks are in front.
Well, whose goal is it? That's the next thing.
Stratton's.
Stratton is kicking.
From here, this is a huge kick. Look at the size of it.
This is absolutely monster, that.
Absolutely flushed it.
That's gone through, that's gone through.
Oh, you can touch it. There's a little deviation.
Yeah, obviously Morrison has put himself in the right spot. He chips it out beautifully to Puopolo. He can go all the way here, sizes it up, goes long. Bruce goes up, couldn't quite hold it off the hands. It's Isaac Smith, though. It was magnificent stuff. And Smith kicks another, and the Hawks have kicked 5 on the trot.
And then Isaac Smith would have reacted first, covered the ground, ball spills over the back. And he's there. This is a bit worrying now for Essendon. They've gone away from what made them so effective early in the piece. And that's a
For the
credit to
half,
them.
Brand goes all the way back to Impey. He goes inside, and Heppel knocked it down, didn't attempt to grab it. Burton stole it back, gave it to Mitchell. He has a paddock, little bounce, wobbly kick, rough head, gets down low, and he holds it. One more season next year, could play his 300th next year. One of their all-time greats, and that's a big moment goal from the rough. Grab, no free. Umpire said keep playing, boys. Smith had a chance. Myers picked their pocket, blasted out towards half forward. Under it, Stratton, good grab.
And Mitchell started at half forward, didn't start it.
Mitchell with his 33rd possession. This will be his 20th kick. Segler is the target, and that is a good mark. Yeah, had enough of it.
Taking a couple of nice plucks, Johnny
Have
said.
a crack at him. Just allowing him any space is just suicide at the moment. It's killing him.
So Jonathan Segler from 48 metres out. It bends back. It bends back beautifully. Jonathan Segler kicks the goal, and the Hawks get the answer. 2 in a row to the Bombers, and the Hawks are back in front by 5
Been
points.
back though to O'Meara. They don't want to waste it. He drop step Devon Smith nicely. Heads toward half forward to Bruce. Great grab. Brilliant pair of hands. Really crushed the air out of it. He looks up. He's got Henderson long. He drop steps and kicks inside 50 to Gunston, who can kick it from here.
Jump at the ball. He doesn't mind doing it.
Well, he's had Sard all day. I wonder then why they can't send him to the goal square and do more of it.
To break a run of 3 Bomber goals in a row. Can this game get any better?
What a passage of play. You called it, Dwayne. Drop step. A big grab as we see here. He drop steps and gets around, gets it to Gunston, who then has a snap from the boundary line to put it through. Pure class from the Hawkers.
I think Eddie's point earlier too about the way that the two teams are setting up. This is as good a game of footy from a spectacle as I reckon I've seen this year. Scoring, skill set.
Now, just see in the corner there, frame there, the stringer came off and punched the seat. So he knows he's a bit worse than what we know at the moment. Cam Mooney's down there. Keep an eye on it, Cam. It looks like he might be out of the game at the moment. In the meantime, as often happens in these situations, an injury happens to one side, the ball goes down the other, and Bruce
To the square if the need arises.
So Bruce has kicked 351 career goals. Make that 352. And just caresses it right through the middle, and it's game on again. It's a point the difference at the MCG.
Bruce to the goal square. Take Hooker away if you can.
Beautiful play by Burgoyne. Breaks out of the pack. Long kick to the hot spot. Dangerous spot here. Good play by Hurley. Just got a hand on the ball, but at the fall of the ball, it's all Hawks. It spills out, and it's a goal. It's a goal to Whitecross. Whitecross kicks the goal, and Hawthorn hit the front.
Took hard v Bruce. Great contest all day. Hurley gets in. Slip there from McKenna, which was costly for the Bombers.
It's going to script again. They gave up 3 goals in a row. Hooker, Bell-Chambers, Bagley, then Hawthorn.
It was a drop kick.
Oh, he did.
It was a drop kick. I
It
almost
works
called
okay. Back to Heppel. Looks up. Can he find a chest? Gave it to Collier. He chips it inside 50 and getting there. Stratton. He read it to perfection.
Gee, Burton was back by number 3 in Hawthorn colours right now.
Big pack around it. Bell-Chambers, Schoenmakers, the flick down, top of the square. Gunston made them pay full price.
How good was that through the stoppage from Gunston? Just super.
He did it to Carl Hooker earlier in the piece where he crumbed the ball from behind. As the ball was in flight, he came up from behind and then got to that front and square spot, and then that's just momentum. That's just movement at a stoppage, and that's how you lose an opponent, Aaron.
This margin is rough head with experience, does some ruck work. Heppel, blind turns out of trouble. Stratton stalks it, got it.
Well, you can't kick like that, Dwayne. He had to look up to see that Stratton.
Rough head out of the ruck, brilliant. Gave it to Smith, handed to Warple. He heads inside 50 to Gunston. It was never his until he made it his.
Now, I think a change needs to be made now that a Hurley or a Hooker has to go.
Marked out in between 2 Essendon players. Just read it better.
He pulled his last kick from this pocket to the near side. Struck it beautifully. That is as good as it gets. And the Bombers' season is on the canvas.
He's had a huge afternoon against them. He goes.
Sard's going to have to run. Brewster's right on his hammer. Francis gets across but couldn't quite get to him. Sard goes long. Fantasia. Stratton goes up again. He has just been magnificent today. Look at that for a moment.
Love it.
Bell-Chambers gets the hit. O'Meara has to go hard. Francis came out and ironed him out with a big hip and shoulder. Bang!
O'Meara and Francis bumped.
Just about to kick to a one-on-one down the line. He sits it up. It's up to Bell-Chambers now and Segler. Puopolo went up. Almost a flick handball. Burgoyne puts it inside 50. Hurley at the back. Warple. The Warpino. To finish it all off. Biggest moment of his life.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? Hawthorn just put numbers in
Win for Warple though, big lead for Puopolo, but Warple v Hurley.
Yeah.
That's a big win for Warple, first-year player.
Just went the ground, didn't that? Well, it's
The
easy.
advantage that went against him earlier in this quarter when Stringer goal, and he gets one back.
The Hawks sitting
Segler bangs
third.
it forward and that'll do it. Siren sounds. What a classic. Wherever you've been watching this brilliant game of ours around the planet, how much did you love that? 107 to 103, the final margin. But you've got to take your hat off to both teams. They have put on a spectacle to behold.